Those twin power domes, is that why you'd buy this car? This very sexy coupe roofline, or these even sexier rimless doors, is that why you'd buy this car? Those AMG wheels, the red brake calipers, that badge, it's 4MATIC and it's turbo. Now we're getting warmer. So right now I'm going to go ahead and make the exhaust nice and loud. Well, it's all of that, but really it's about this. 3-liter inline-six, 442 horses. The AMG heart, that is why you'd buy the CLE 53. The AMG avatar of the CLE Coupe joins the CLE 300 convertible. Both are priced upwards of a crore. So to get the wind in your hair experience, 1 crore 11 lakh rupees. And for the manic AMG, 1 crore 35 lakh rupees. That Alcantara badge is the reason that this car screams AMG, amongst other things. The grille, very AMG. Twin power domes. Yeah, these are the add-ons to the regular CLE. This was a car that was always meant to be a little sexy and sporty, kind of straddles the E and the C class, remember? So even in terms of size, it really lends itself to this kind of performance. This shape, this coupe roofline, is all about aerodynamics and maintaining that sexy edge. The AMG wheels, a little too busy, this pattern for my liking, but sure, looks great finished in black. This Magno black, grey, sort of a matte finish, I think is really the pick of the crop. If you're buying a car like this, you want it to look a little stealth, a little ominous. Of course, it looks great in yellow, it looks great in red, it looks great in blue. I would buy this one. It's also got all these black elements, like here, you've got the side bottom skirt. The turbo badge, of course, is nice and shiny. The 4MATIC Plus is black. Black mirrors, black edging all along the DLO. And it's nice because it really lends itself to the character of this car. So why are the door handles so shiny? Yeah, that just kind of sticks out like a sore thumb. But otherwise, gorgeous design. I'm very perplexed why we have something like this. A sunroof that pops up and slides back. Just adds to the weight of the car. A fixed glass roof, for heaven's sakes, would have been totally fine. Rear end looks nice and taut. You've got the AMG spoiler. It really brings it in. The car looks gorgeous. The flared wheel arches look good too. The car's proportions really work. The CLE 53 comes in 8 colors. The cabin is very AMG. Black and red seats, red seat belts, carbon fiber everywhere, and that's the only option available. Is that good or bad? You tell us. The steering wheel feels great and is wrapped in Alcantara. The rear seats are tiny and the rear windows tinier. Your kids will still enjoy the joyrides. The tech is good, but nothing new really. That vertical touchscreen and virtual cluster setup is what we've seen in many new Benz models of late. That also means wireless connectivity, head-up display, etc. The Dolby Atmos tuned 17-speaker Burmester sound system is great, but requires some fine-tuning. Now, since the CLE is a 2-door coupe, the front seat belts can seem out of reach. No need to stretch, as the CLE does it for you with this belt feeder that extends when you start the car. Other sports coupes have had this, of course, and it's convenient. I did drive the car in the city, but for me, the highway was calling. I mean, come on, it's an AMG, right? There's tons of torque on offer. It is pretty instantly available. The response, well, I mean, it's an AMG. Do I really have to get into that with you? The fact is that you've got a car that goes 0 to 100 in 4.2 seconds. Do you really need that every day? Of course not. But it makes it an absolute hoot to drive on the highway. But being the 53, remember the more extreme 63 is still going to come. So we may not get it in India, but what I mean is That's the real track muncher. This one is a nice balance. And speaking of balance, the suspension is very balanced. You put it into comfort and it is surprisingly comfortable. It's not too stiff, but in Sport and Sport Plus, the party gets started all right. And on the highway, that's what you want. Mercedes says the good old torque converter does the job, and it really does. 9G TCT is the AMG version of the 9G Tronic, shifts pretty quickly. Downshifts are especially fast since it uses AMG's double declutching function. This means the engine revs up to match engine and gearbox speeds as a gear change is needed, and the clutch engages twice in quick succession for a smooth shift. You've got all these options that are within quick reach right here on the steering wheel. The little circular dial here that lets you switch up the different drive modes, and then the other one here which is like a touch screen where you can toggle between different settings, and then you can also change your drive dynamics, the gearbox response, the AMG dynamic control, and also turn off the traction control. Even change the suspension settings. So right now it's in comfort. I'm going to go and put that into Sport Plus. And when you're on the highway, the one great thing is you put the car into Sport and open up the exhaust and make it sing. But the AMG Performance exhaust actually makes the car sound louder inside, and that's through the speakers. Outside, it's not as loud as AMGs of old that we used to love. The ride quality on this car is a delight and a surprise. It's stiff when you need it to be, but very comfy on the whole. And that 4MATIC Plus works really well with its variable power distribution. AMG Ride Control, the suspension is great for a car like this where you want it to really sort of do exactly what you need, especially at higher speeds. It also really marries itself beautifully to the way the car handles. You can switch lanes really nicely. It is a beautiful response from the steering as well, just the right amount of stiffness. And you know what? It's further enhanced by the fact that you've got rear wheel steering. So speeds under 100 kilometers per hour, the rear wheels will actually steer in the opposite direction to the front wheels and gives you a little bit more maneuverability. At speeds over 100, it'll give you even more sense of control because 2.5 degrees, they'll actually turn with the front wheels. So you can really go into a corner and you can really maintain that line very precisely. Since this is an AMG, you get the whole shebang. There's race start mode or launch control. There's also a drift mode that turns 4MATIC to 2MATIC with only the rear wheels getting all the juice. Yay! Fun, fun, fun! Lots of track-focused functions too. When you buy one of these cars, you also want to get a sense of all the fun you're having. You can track all of that because in the car's menu is where you have AMG Performance. You can actually track real-time what's happening with the car, with the suspension, with the kind of setting you have going, and it will kind of show you, there you go, all the little different pressure points that the car is feeling and just the kind of response you're getting. Of course, you can also do things like lap times, but you know what, I'm driving on the highway today, so I'm going to behave myself for the most part. That sliding sunroof is weird on a sports car. I mean, it just adds unnecessary weight in a car that's meant to be light and lit, right? A fixed glass roof would have been better, and it could have been larger too, going all the way back. There's lots of other goodies on the car. Safety systems abound. You've got a fair amount of kit that actually comes in as standard. Let me run you through that. There are 8 airbags, which includes a center airbag between the front passenger and driver, blind spot assist, stability control, emergency call system, pedestrian protection, ADAS with active brake assist, blind spot assist, and you also have a 360 camera, augmented reality navigation system, yep, pretty much everything. The 442 bhp AMG Heart, the sexy coupe roofline, that awesome AF cabin, the safety features, the way it drives and makes you feel, absolutely reasons you should buy the Mercedes-AMG CLE 53 4MATIC Plus. All you need is the bank balance and the patience to be able to say the full name.